All right, folks, happy Wednesday. This is your friendly weekly reminder to always be stacking your wins. If you have the mindset planner, if you're a client, you notice that we've improved it. However, whatever copy you have is always going to have number one box win log. Okay, if you want to win more, you got to be focusing on your wins because what you focus on expands. So that's your friendly reminder for the week. If you want to win more, you've got to be stacking your wins, focusing on what you're doing well, going to bed telling yourself how great of a job you're doing, how great of a day you've had. Regardless of what happened, there is good in everything. You've got to look for it. You've got to find it. And whatever you're looking for, you'll find. And whatever you find, you focus on and it grows. So I'm trying to shorten up daily doses. However, this one is really important and I want your undivided full attention for the next 10 minutes. Now I'm going to read out of my Bible. So, when I pull this out, what you're going to get today is going to be gold, okay? Because it's the truth. It's the truth about you. And when we want to grow, when we want to have fuller, greater experiences, more abundance, more freedom, whatever that looks like for you, you have to learn how to set and then achieve a goal, okay? The process never changes. You change. The goal gets bigger, right? You don't change the goal. It's just a further expansion of you. And the point of the goal is always to grow. It's never to get. So there are mistakes that people make, very common mistakes that people make because this isn't taught in school. Like nobody taught you goal setting 101, goal achieving 101, up until this point when you're introduced to our material and thinking into results. And so I want your full undivided attention today because chances are you might be making this mistake. Okay, you might have fallen into this trap. You may not know better. You might have gone into your old ways of thinking, or you just didn't know this and you've been making this mistake all along because you didn't know that you were going about it the wrong way. Achieving a goal, this goal achieving process for everybody is like 2 + 2 = 4. Okay, it's a formula, it's an equation. And when you follow the formula or the process, you're always going to succeed if you follow the formula. However, most people are going towards their goal or this process in the completely wrong way because they just don't know better, right? So my job is to show you the way, show you the better way, show you the true way, and show you the guaranteed way. Your success is inevitable, okay? But it is based on 3 core principles to always keep in mind. So if you're feeling lost, frustrated, overwhelmed, confused, if you're doubting yourself, if you're not in an abundant, joyful, grateful attitude and feeling right now, chances are you're feeling one of those emotions. So here's your reminder that your success is guaranteed. It's inevitable based on 3 core principles that you always have to keep in the forefront of your mind and heart. Number 1, definite purpose. Number 2, definite plan. And number 3, definite principles. Your success is guaranteed based on those 3 principles. Look at success like a 3-legged stool. Okay? And if you knock out 1 or 2 of the legs of a 3-legged stool, what happens? Well, it falls over. It gets wobbly. It's not strong. It's not going to work properly. It's not going to do its job. It's not going to stand there. So you need all 3 of those legs to be strong, to be at the forefront, and to be in alignment with you and your goal. Definite purpose, definite plan, definite principles. So let's talk about the biggest mistake that people are making when they're setting goals. I know I made the mistake, and I know nearly all of my clients, a good percentage, if not all, have made this mistake and have learned the better, more truer, more efficient way to achieving a goal. We've got to be setting the right types of goals, number 1. So I'm going to read to you the key points out of the Thinking into Results on goal setting, how to set a proper goal. Number 1, okay, a goal is something you are going after that you've never done before. Okay, think, am I doing that? Think about this, okay? Am I going after a goal that I've never done before? Okay, emphatic yes, let's move on. Number 2, a goal is designed to help you grow, okay? That's what a goal is. The goal's purpose job is to grow, to grow you. It causes you to draw something from inside of yourself that you didn't even know was there. Okay? It draws things out of you: strength, passion, inspiration, motivation, courage. Okay? Draws those out of you when you're setting a C goal, a proper goal. Number 3, if you know how to reach your goal, then your goal is not going to do for you what goals are designed to do. Number 4, if you're really going to accomplish something, you're going to need to be inspired by going after something you really want, and it's going to have to come from inside. Now, remember that statement, because I'm going to tie it into the number one mistake 99% of the people are making out there. Type A goals are doing something you already know how to do. Okay? Type B goals are what you think you can do. I think I can do it if that works out, and if this happens over here, and if that money comes there, and with a little bit of elbow grease, I think I can get there. I think I can do it. That's a B goal. Don't set B goals either. When people move away from A goals, they set B goals. Those are not effective goals. And then C goals are your wants. It's what you really want. And type C goals come from fantasies. They're originated in your imagination through the effective use of your imagination. Now, you're not going to know how this is going to happen. You're not going to have the slightest clue as to how it's going to happen. That's how you know you're on track. Okay? I always ask people, how confident are you in achieving this goal? And if they say, yeah, I think I can do it, B goal. If they say, yeah, I can do it, B goal or A goal. Okay, a C goal, you don't have the belief. It's going to come from a different concept of self. It's going to come from different thinking, feeling, belief systems, and actions. Okay, that's how you know you're setting a C goal. Don't waste your time setting goals you think you can achieve, setting goals that you know you can achieve. Set a goal that is going to grow you exponentially. If you're going to have to go through a transformation, make it worth it. Make it worth it. It's going to cause discomfort. You're going to get uncomfortable. There's going to be some uneasiness. You're going to hit fear. You're going to go through that pain anyways. So make sure that it's worth it to you to go through your transformation. That's the only thing that's going to keep you going and growing. Okay, is the fact that you want it so bad, and it is so big, bold, and beautiful, and bodacious, and you're willing to trade your entire life. Hear me out. You've got to be willing to trade your entire life, your identity, your comfort zone, your current habits, your way of thinking in order to accomplish this goal. Are you willing to trade your life for your goal? If not, it's not the right goal. People that are setting the wrong goals, they don't go very far. They don't, because they're not setting the right types of goals. It's not in alignment with their purpose. It's not, and it doesn't have enough inspiration in it. Okay, so that's not the mistake. That's one of the biggest mistakes. Okay, but let's assume you've been hanging out with us for a little while. You're starting to realize how much potential you have, and you're starting to really realize how many people believe in you here, and you start to hear all these other success stories, these like incredible success stories from our clients, and you're like, yeah, this is the real thing. I think, if I follow this, that's going to be me too. I've got enough evidence around me. So you start to build up a little bit more faith in yourself, a little bit more trust in yourself. That's what we do for you, okay? So here's the mistake. So people go, well, what? Oftentimes when we do How to Earn Your First Million, it's a series that we do. People automatically start setting $1 million goals. 1 million, 5 million, 10 million. Heck, I want to do 50 million. Awesome. I don't care what your goal is, because the process is the same. So whether it's 1 mil, 5 mil, 15 mil, it's the exact same process. Okay. But where the mistake is here is that, well, number one, most people have a money paradigm and they don't even understand what money is. Okay. But most importantly is that you don't fall in love with a number. You don't fall in love with a status or a rank. Okay. Give you a perfect example. We have an awesome new client, Eric from Sweden, and he's in lesson 1 right now. He's going to be moving to lesson 2 to close the gap. And so I hopped on a call just to check in. We went through his goal card statement. Now, this is the mistake, and I mean, this is why you have a coach, right, to point these things out to you. But he had a goal, and it was a monetary goal. Beautiful goal. I love it. It's huge. He's got really great clarity on his vision and where he wants to land in the next 1 year, 5 year, 10 years. But the goal was monetary. There's nothing wrong with wanting more money, okay? Because more money is a resource that we have to get on in this world. It allows us to buy more. It allows us to contribute more. It allows us to expand. It allows us to live out our dreams. Money is very important. It doesn't make you happy. And say that again. Money is very important, but it doesn't make you happy. What makes you happy is what you do with that money, how you circulate it. And a great word behind that is meaning. What is the meaning of the money? Why do you want it? What's the purpose of it? What's the meaning behind this number? Okay? So here's a perfect example. If you have a monetary goal, if you don't make one up right now, how much money do you want to earn? Okay? My very first goal was I just wanted $5,000 a month because then I knew I could pay my bills and not have to worry. What I really wanted was $250,000 a year because I knew we had done that with our construction company, our excavating company, but I wanted to do it myself. I mean, that's just my logic behind it. It was logical to me. But since then, of course, we've grown and grown and grown. So I want you to think of how much money would you love to earn? How much money would you love to earn, right? So we are talking about financial freedom, time freedom. Well, I would love to retire. Well, I'd love to be able to pay my bills and not worry about money. I'd love to be able to take my family on more vacations. I would love to have this and that and the other thing. I'd love to invest in my business, okay? How much money do you want to earn a month or a year? I want you to think about that. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am earning X amount of dollars every month or every year. Okay, so I'm going to do it too. So happy and grateful now that I am earning blah, blah, blah every year, every month. How does that make you feel? What's the feeling here? Well, I'll use the example. I feel successful. I feel accomplished. I feel like a professional, successful, accomplished person. Feels awesome. Feels great. Okay. That's the feeling associated with money, with a number. Now I want you to think about the meaning behind the dollar amount. Okay. What is it going to provide for you? Okay. You think about how you're going to spend. So if it's holidays, if it's paying off your debts, if it's being able to buy a reliable car that you're very comfortable in, if it's upgrading your home, okay, just what is the money for? What are you going to do with that extra $10,000, $100,000, $500,000, $1 million? I don't care what it is. What are you going to do with that money? Oh, well, my family and I would be able to take that trip we've been wanting to take, and we'd even have enough to fly first class, and I'd hire a housekeeper, and I hire someone to help me with my business, and you start to talk about what you're going to do with that money. And I'm going to ask you, how does that feel? You will notice the difference in the feeling. Okay? So, I feel accomplished. I feel successful. It feels really great to have all that money. Then when I ask you to think about what you're going to do with that money, what's the purpose, the meaning behind it, and you start talking to me or to yourself about all the beautiful things, the blessings that are going to come out of that money. And also keep in mind that money is in exchange for services rendered. So think about, in order for you to earn X amount of dollars, how many lives are you going to have to impact? How many people's lives are going to be better because of you, because of your product or service? Okay, because they invested in that. So you not only get all the blessings on your personal side of life, but also professionally, and the psychic income and that emotional income and the fact that you're making a difference. You get emotionally involved with that. That's how you achieve the goal. It is not about, I want X amount of dollars. That's not going to get you there. Okay, and that's the biggest mistake people make when they're setting goals. And they go, I want to hit this rank, and I want to have this status, and I want to earn this amount of money, and blah, blah, blah. And that's where they stop and they wonder, well, why isn't it working? I'm working my ass off over here. I'm trying so hard over here, but it's not working. Well, mistake number one. Okay, you got to get emotionally connected, emotionally involved with the meaning, the purpose of the money, the purpose of it. Why is it important to you? Okay, it's the experiences, it's the blessing, it's where it puts you in your life, what you can do for others. Okay, so that's the number one mistake. So if you have a money goal, great, I encourage it. It gives you a target. You need that for reverse engineering. You absolutely need a target. But that's only part of the equation. That's only part of the process and formula. You need the full formula, which is the meaning, the purpose. That's what you get connected to. That's what you dream about. That's what you get emotionally involved with. And you'll know the difference between your vibrations, your feelings, when you think about the money, and then when you think about what you're going to get in return of that money once you circulate it. What is money in your bank account? Absolutely useless. It does absolutely nothing for you. It helps out the bank because they get to use your money for their business. But having money does absolutely nothing for you or for the world. It's what are you going to do with that money? How are you going to circulate it? Okay, that is what's important about setting a monetary goal. So I want you to think about that. If you've got questions about that, bring it up with us. Let's have a conversation about your goals, because I'm telling you, the number one step to riches, abundance, freedom is setting the right type of goal, understanding the creative process, understanding how to set a C goal and then lock into it on a deep emotional level. So think about that, reevaluate, what have you been thinking about? Because if you're thinking about money, you're probably coming from lack. If you're like, I need money, I need clients, you are coming from lack. And if you're coming from lack, you're not going to achieve the goal. You're going to achieve more reasons to stay in lack. It's the law, folks. That is why your success is guaranteed based on purpose, plan, and principles. Principles being the law. You've got to get harmonized with the law. Have a beautiful, blessed day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for Truth Bomb Thursday.